witches, happy Samhain, and apologies on the live. Wyzdom and I were having major technical difficulties getting in to go live into the Facebook group. Basically, it told us we were live. We did an entire 30-minute live, and it wasn't there. So this is, we went ahead and just did a pre-recorded for you guys because we wanted to make sure that we could still get this out. So sorry about that. But today I am here with our group expert shaman and ordained minister, Wyzdom DVine. And we're here to talk about honoring your ancestors this Samhain. So Wyzdom, you're all dressed up because I understand you are just getting ready to go to a ceremony. And I'd love to hear about the ceremony that you have planned.
Yes, thank you so much again for having me. Today, my class, Shamanic Training Level 1 that I have in running right now, this is our halfway point. And so at the halfway point, I always set it around some sort of Sabbath, some sort of holy day. And so we're celebrating Samhain, Halloween, All Hallows Eve, Dia de los Muertos in our class today in ceremony and presentation. We're going to do presentations over culture, our ancestors, metaphysics, spirituality, crystals, you name it. So we're going to have a fun day today, presentations and celebration.
That's so exciting. And I'm extra excited because I signed up for Wyzdom's next round certification, which I'm just totally thrilled about. And so that means I get to do that next time.
Yes, I'm so honored.
That's going to be fantastic. So, well, thanks for taking time because I know you're busy today. But I was hoping that you could share with us a little bit about this time of year and why honoring our ancestors right now is important. So I know everyone talks about that the veil is thin right now. So what does that actually mean?
Yes, so the veil being thin right now is an expression to say, that like the ether around us, that wall that divides the spirit realm versus the physical realm is really, really thin right now. And it means that we ourselves can find ourselves kind of slipping into the spirit realm, a little bit more psychic, a little bit more, seeing things. And also the spirits, they come and they get to hang out with us and they get to walk among the streets with us at this time of year as well. So, and many different cultures believed in that. This is what we celebrate this time of year.
Yeah, so basically they're trying to get a hold of us as much as we're trying to get in touch with
yes.
them. So it's kind of the perfect time. So, well, what are some ways that people can get in touch with their ancestors this weekend? Just kind of some tips, something that doesn't necessarily require taking an entire shaman certification. How can people actually get in touch right now?
So if you already have an altar set up, you can set aside a special part of your altar and devote that to your ancestors. Put some food up there, put some candy, some different things. It doesn't have to be specific, just whatever, as long as you have the intention in there. You can have an empty space at your table or an empty chair at your party and say this one specifically is for the ancestors. Or another tip I like to give people is to go do something in nature. Leave an offering at the foot of a tree or go and make a beautiful, mandala out of shells and rocks on the beach. You just do something that you're just saying, this is particularly for me to honor my ancestors at this time.
I love the idea of setting a table or setting a spot at your table. That's really cool. Especially that just has a very, just very family, kind of feel to it. And also it's a simple thing, right? It doesn't require extra equipment or, anything specific. Sometimes when you try to look up maybe rituals or something like that online, they're all they have these really specific things, that you have to have a candle that's a certain color or, an object that maybe you don't have. What's your take on that? Do you think it's necessary to have, specific supplies?
No, not at all. I believe that that you yourself are the ceremony. You are the altar, the temple. You can see, I adorn myself. I put things together in specific ways. I put jewelry and pieces that would be, crystals on my altar. I put that on my body. I think that as long as you have the intention, a pine cone, a candle, some candy from the Dollar Tree, just throw that together and say oh, this is now officially my altar for my ancestors. And that's all that really matters is that intention.
Perfect. Yeah. So as long as our intention's there, it doesn't necessarily matter, the specific items or the words that we say or anything like that.
Right. Exactly.
That's good to know. So I know that you only have a few minutes here because I know you got to get to your ceremony, but I wanted to talk a little bit about your certification because I understand there's been a lot of demand for this. You just had another round. You decided to put in a second one because you had so many people were interested, and now you only have 2 seats left in this one. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that because I think there are probably some people out there who are interested in certification. So first of all, what is a shaman? What does it even mean to be certified in shamanism?
A shaman is a healer that heals people on the soul level. I mean, just at its basic, definition. It existed. A shaman, they existed on every continent. And even though if they didn't call it a shaman, you categorize a person as a shaman because they work with the spirit realms. They go into what we call shamanic trance to go into the spirit realms, traverse through unseen realities, and you heal on the soul level. Whether you're healing a plant or the earth or a person, you're healing on this unseen soul level that actually affects the physical realm. And if you believe in that and you work in that level, then you are what we call a shaman.
So you mentioned that it has existed, across cultures, because I think sometimes we think of shaman as, being a specific culture.
Yes.
But the shamanic practices have existed everywhere. So how do you teach that? Like, do you use a variety of different, influencers, or how does that work?
So I actually was trained myself in Peruvian Incan shamanism. However, when I was going into Journey and learning from my trainer, my guides kept yanking me, and I always say that we all are, and I am very multicultural, multifaceted, and multidimensional. So I had beings and guides coming from other planets, coming from other lineages, other cultures, yanking me and saying, no, you're getting trained this way, and you're going to learn this, and you're going to learn that. And then they channeled through me. They did tell me 2 years ago, in 2 years, you're going to be teaching, it's been like 3 years now, 2 years, you're going to be teaching what we're teaching you now. So they, I took like really, really good notes. And so what I teach is basically, I just kind of create a bridge for you to go in and find out what is your lineage, what's the culture you're going to be learning from, what are your ancestors supposed to teach you, because it's already in you. It's in your DNA. It's from your past lives. It's from your actual lineage, your culture. You come from a long line of, Norse witches. Well, the Norse witches are going to come in your shamanic journey, and they're going to start teaching you what you need to know and what you're meant to do in your purpose in this lifetime. So the way that I teach it, and make sure that we're not appropriating like any cultures or anything like that, I make sure to tell you that this is a word that we use in this culture, in this tribe. But if you don't want to use that word, find the word that actually makes sense for you. What's intention? Go look it up. Go further and go into Journey and ask your own guides. So that's the way that I teach it. So that way you're always in alignment with whatever your path is supposed to be.
That's really cool. So the way I'm kind of picturing it, it's almost like you're the guide that shows people how to access the information that's already within, or that's already kind of encoded. So it doesn't matter if your ancestors are, Native American or Celtic or, all, mixed up or whatever, or like you said, from, other dimensions.
Other worlds, other star systems.
Doesn't matter. Yes. Mm-hmm. So in this context, it doesn't even matter if it's information that you yourself don't know.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. That's what I love about it. My guides, I literally have actually shown me herbs and remedies that I had no idea exist. And even in the culture of the person I'm working with, I could be working on a client, and I could say, for some reason, they're telling me to take these white flowers and put them in the bath with you, and put you in the bath, and then they're just floored. They're like, oh my gosh, in my culture, back in my country, that flower is used for this exact purpose, and I don't know that. So it's awesome because you're able to, that information in the Akashic records and all of our ancestors, that ancient knowledge, it exists out there, and this is the way to access it.
That is so fascinating. So, so if someone goes through level 1, what is it that they'll be able to do? Or what is the kind of the purpose or the goal of level 1?
Yes, level 1 is is beginner. Level 2 is practitioner. Level 1 is beginner, and that's if you just want to learn how to work on your own self-healing using shamanism. You learn the sacred ritual of it, you learn the practice, and you learn the journey. We really want to focus on making sure that you're able to make it into unseen reality in the shamanic cosmology, and access those different worlds, upper world, middle world, lower world, so that you can use them to gain all of that knowledge and access what I was telling you, that information. And you would be focusing on that time more on how to use these things for self.
Perfect. And then level 2 is where you start to learn how to use those to heal others. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah, that's practitioner, where you would learn now, if you want to continue, on how to use your shamanic path to help to heal others. Yes.
Perfect. So you have a level 2 class coming up in 2023, right? So people who
Correct.
are going into level 1 now will be able to basically go into level 2 kind of straight through there, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So the level 1 class that I'm teaching already, that we're halfway through, this new one that my guide said, you need to open up this class because we got level 2 coming up, and we have people that we've already have our eye on, and they're meant to pick up this path. They need to be in that level 2 class. So I opened up a second one. We're going to start November 2nd, and those 2 classes will be going into level 2 in 2023. And I'm not sure when I'm going to teach level 1 again. So that's why, these spots are limited, but I want people to get in there if they want to, so that they can continue their path to level 2 with the rest of us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it sounds like now is definitely the time to get in. So if someone does want to sign up, I am going to ask, actually, I will put a link. I just realized since we're recording, I can do that. So if anyone wants to sign up, I will drop that link into the comments here on this post. And the deadline, you need to sign up by basically the morning of November 2nd at the latest, right? Because the class actually starts in the afternoon on November 2nd. So you need
Correct.
to get in soon. And like I said, there's just 2 seats left. So I'm excited to see who's going to come join me on this journey. I'm just thrilled. And thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate you sharing some of your wisdom with us, and Samhain blessings to you.
Samhain blessings to all of you. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for recording this over with me. We had such a great time the first time. So you guys missed it, but it was very, very nice of Genie to allow us to record this replay for you guys.
Yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties, guys. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend, and we will see you all soon.